Oh, there we go. We're live.
Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome.
you?
Doing well, man. I've got Robbie Marshall of Colony Installation. Jeez. Everybody knows Robbie at the events. If you don't know him personally, well, he's Danny Walker's right-hand man.
I was
So
gonna say I'm usually bouncing in his shadow.
yeah,
You know.
there you are. But hey, I mean, I think a lot of people have gotten to know you pretty well in the last little. I think you're one of the first people on here who is not an owner or something like that. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of
you're
an
one of the
honor.
first. Yeah.
Sweet.
So Danny couldn't make it. I was gonna try to see if I could get both of you, but he couldn't make it. So and then Colton, your newest.
He's the assistant.
He's the assistant now.
I mean, it's just me and him.
Yeah, just the two of you. So he couldn't make it either. But hey, I'm glad to have just you. I think it'd be great to kind of talk and get to know you a little better. I've met you a good handful of times, pretty much every event, but haven't really got to know you. And man, I'm really glad you can make it out.
Yeah, me too. It's fun. It's cool. We're usually doing jobs down here. It's kind of nice to be down for like
sure,
something that's not work related.
So you're probably about what, hour and 15 from here?
Where I live, it's only about 50 minutes, but from the shop,
Sure.
it's about an hour.
Yeah.
15.
Oh, so you live probably a little closer to Detroit then?
Yeah. I live 23 and 94.
Okay. I kind of know where that is.
Chesterfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
Work's a half hour away. It's actually kind of funny.
That's not bad.
Half hour west of work. Colton lives a half hour north of work, so
Yeah,
works out.
So what you've been with Danny for a few years, 3 or 4?
Yeah,
5?
almost. I'm like 3.5 years. Yeah.
Oh wow.
End of this year, December this year will be 4. I've worked with him before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, before he started Colony, I worked with him at Fomall. I was his assistant, and then a lot of people were super helpful from Spray Foam Worldwide. When he broke his foot, he fell through a pole barn ceiling and broke his heel. And then I became head sprayer. And that was only after maybe like a year or so of exposure to foam and foam work. I did not do any labor really. I worked on a farm when I was like 16.
Oh yeah.
And then I worked at a liquor store, and then I worked at a gas station. So nothing like crazy. And then I started working at Fomall, and he was head sprayer, and we got along really well. And then after he had gotten injured, the owner of Fomall, because I had been shadowing Danny for a year and picked up a lot, asked if I wanted to take his place, not necessarily labeled head sprayer, but I was the only one really spraying after that.
Sure.
For about a month or two, and I got burned out on it because I wasn't really ready, and I didn't necessarily. The workload that Danny was under was a lot more than what I had expected. And I went. He was also trying to do a lot more at the time than I think I was just trying to learn, really. And so being thrown into that position, I kind of got overwhelmed. And I was also young. I'm not as much of a hothead now, I'd like to think.
Well,
back then,
that comes with age, right?
You're getting told what to do. Yeah. You're like 23 years old. I don't want to do this sweaty work. So I went, and I was a front-end loader operator for about a year. I did landscaping and front-end loader operator, dumpster rental under the whole same company. And then I was tired of that because I just wasn't really anywhere to go. And I called Danny, and I was like, hey, I know you just started the installation company. And it was like, perfect. Because we had gotten along so well. And he only had, I want to say that he had other employees for like the year that the company had been running before I joined him. But when I joined, it was him and like, I think he was 60 or 70. He was an old guy. So it was tough work for both of them. Danny was, pulling the weight, and the old guy was, picking up whatever he could to help Danny out. And the guy that he had was a workhorse. He was a good guy, but it was just, I came along, and that's when things kind of took off.
Yeah.
Me and him.
So you're saying that the guy who was around 70 was working at Colony?
Yeah. He was helping Danny, and he was like I said, he was a great worker. He was getting into crawl spaces and everything like that. It's just, that guy, in my opinion, probably shouldn't be doing crawl spaces. He's 60 or 70, he should be doing something a little bit easier on the body.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know, but I'm guessing that he had to do it, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He didn't prepare earlier
of the same ilk. You're not going to get that guy to stop working. You know what I mean? But it was just, I'm sure he was probably happy that a younger guy finally came along.
Oh, I bet he was.
Help him not have to bag fiberglass in a 3-block high crawl space, you know.
I think it's really cool that Danny, you guys, he kind of treats you guys more like, he doesn't really seem to treat you from what we can see, right? Like he brings you to all these events for the most part.
I will say he really does try to get all of us involved in that aspect. And then
getting certified
and kind of like forming your own relationships. I don't want you to just be associated as Danny Walker's guy, even though that's the way I get introduced all the time.
Of course,
fine with that. But some of my best buddies in Spray Foam Worldwide, SPFA, all that stuff, I've made them my buddy. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool to have that relationship too, and be like, you're not just an employee that gets brought along, you know?
Yeah.
It's sweet. You also
cool.
kind of have to have a little bit of the want to go seek that extracurricular.
That's very correct. Because some people don't, right? Some
people
not
just
all. Be like,
and some people,
paycheck, right?
You get to those events. If you do bring somebody, like it's fun to have fun. Some people see it as like we're not going to be working for a week. When it's like, well, you're not going to not be working for a week. You have to behave like you're at work.
Right.
Right. I mean, but yeah, it's cool. It's really cool getting taken along to all that stuff and meeting people where, it's cool finding this like bubble, because from outside before I did foam, I didn't know anything about it. You drive past new builds, you drive past construction as somebody who doesn't do labor, and you're like, oh, they're just doing their thing, whatever. I'm sure that takes some technical knowledge, but they're just doing their thing, buzzing away like ants or bumblebees or whatever. And then you become a part of it. And you're like, oh shit, it's really cool. Like that guy is the best at doing open cell. And I just went and talked to him. We're like, whatever it is. It's like there's like celebrities in this little
absolutely.
And it's really, really cool meeting them. And then so many down to earth people. I mean, you're one of them.
Sure.
It's like Rusty Schrader, when we showed up in Vegas this year, we walked into the Westgate. Rusty was the first one that saw us. He gave me, Danny, and Colton a hug. Colton's never met him,
So that's actually funny that you said that, because I was sitting down at the table, like right that little kind of stage area.
Yeah.
And I was with Rusty, and I was Steve Gould and a couple other guys. I can't remember their names offhand, but we were sitting around drinking, and I had a perfect view of the door. Where I was sitting, I was looking right at the door. And so you see some people, oh, there's that person. And I said, oh, there's Danny and Rusty. Then he looked over and he ran right over there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that stuff feels good. It's like, oh, shoot. You
don't
have to say hi to us. We know that you're happy to see everybody here, but those one-to-one interactions are cool.
They are. Highlights of Vegas, what were they?
Oh, man. Personally, like I've never taken the time to really talk to people from other countries at those events. Mostly it's people from out of state and stuff like that. You get a lot of Mexican foamers and stuff like that, but we spent a lot of time with Daniel Bucking.
Germany, right?
And he brought a guy that I believe he brought his name was Valdi.
Okay.
And I think that he uses Daniel's product. Daniel has a hose wrap company.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember their name. I'm so bad with names.
Is it Purecraft? I don't know.
I don't want to mislabel.
Okay, let's not do that.
But the other guy was from Holland, AJ Volterink.
Okay.
Artjun. They're super fun. So we just had a ton of fun talk and like differences between cultures and like economies. Like where AJ's from, there's only like 20 major spray foam companies. So he only really ever has to compete. And I imagine when you get down to that scale in Holland with 20 companies, it's really just kind of like territories.
Sure.
You just don't cross lines or whatever.
Right.
It's just kind of interesting, but they're super fun. And taking them to Fremont Street, that was really, really fun. AJ had never been to America before.
Oh, really?
First time in America.
Whoa.
So we're kind of like poking fun at him and he's poking fun at us. And then we went down to Fremont Street. You know what Fremont Street is?
Yeah.
That was super fun. And I think the next day, because it was either the morning that Colton had to test or maybe it was the morning of the competition. They blur. The days are out of order a little bit because we went the reason I brought them up is because we ended up going to Fremont Street with Daniel, Valdi, and AJ like 2 times, 2 or 3 times over the course of the week at night, because it was just so much fun, and we're just walking up and down the street, looking at people, listening to music, and but the next morning, I got a message at like 6 or 7 in the morning. AJ had done Fremont Street and then gotten up early to go shoot guns.
Oh,
because he's never been to America.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? You can have guns, but you can't have guns.
Yeah.
And he's sent me a picture of him with a Barrett 50 cal on the back of a Hummer with like a belt fed machine gun. It was freaking sweet. I was like, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I was living vicariously through him a little bit.
What's crazy is to think that he probably kind of thinks that the whole United States is like that. I mean, if it's the only place you've ever been.
Say, well, and it's a little bit like that, but if you're Vegas is probably, I would say there's like 3 or 4 places that are like the most American you can get, and Vegas is going to be one type.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. It's called Sin City, right? You know what I mean.
It's America's playground, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Vegas was a fun time this year. In fact, I think I had more fun this time than any of the others, and I've been to about 5.
Yeah,
I think that this was probably the most fun for me, and maybe it was just because of the situations I was in or whatever.
But I had a lot of fun going around with Colton, and like he's not necessarily traveled, so getting to go to Vegas was cool for him. On top of that, getting to do like the Danny thing where I'm like, go talk to that guy, go ask that guy. Or he's doing it to me. He's like, that's Bill Bilbin. I'm like, yeah, dude, we use his tools every single day. Go walk up to him and tell him what's up. He's gonna be happy to see you. Like,
right. Oh yeah. He's always very welcoming.
Yeah. It's cool.
So you grew up in Michigan around this area, right?
Yeah, I grew up at Warren at like 9. I want to say 9 in DeQuinder, Cardigan Court.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not familiar with that area too much, but
I don't think it's too far.
Warren, yeah. It's
all Metro.
My Detroit is like your Grand Rapids, right? Like you kind of understand it, but not very well. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, tell me about your, childhood or whatever. You got siblings?
It was
parents.
Me, my mom, and my sister. We grew up in Warren, and my mom's an English teacher. So that was kind of.
Oh, that's always fun. She's correcting you all the time, probably.
Honestly, my mom's super cool. Very, very good teacher. Very cool. Definitely, I guess, a grammar Nazi. She wouldn't like the Nazi association, but she's definitely about being correct the way you speak. More so vocabulary, though. My mom loves words and stuff like that. And because she was a teacher, like she had to drop us off at school early. And then pick us up from school late. So we were the lucky kids that got.
She was in the same district as you went.
Yeah. So we got to spend like an extra hour every day at school unwarranted for our entire school careers.
I mean, I imagine there's probably some good things that
good and bad. Yeah, you definitely. The cool part about having a mom as a teacher and then spending more time than you want to at school is you learn a lot more about how teachers operate, and you can become cool with certain teachers much more easily.
Yeah,
and kind of get that type of relationship going.
I imagine that like that before class and that after class, you probably spend a little more time with like some of the teachers and staff. And,
you also get kind of a like. Not slack, but they're like, I know your parents are teachers, so I know that at least some percentage of what you might be going through as the teacher's kid, because I'm tearing my hair out trying to teach 30 other of you.
Yeah.
Two sides to every coin.
You don't get away with anything. Any trouble you get in goes straight to your mom.
Oh,
probably.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. Well, and then you have other teachers. Yeah, you have teachers like, hey, your mom teaches in this district, right?
Yeah, you know that I see her every week at a meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
So you said it was you and your brother or sister?
Little sister, me and my little sister, and we're 2 years apart. Fought all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just at each other's throats. Yeah. And then we moved out when I was about 10, we moved to Shelby Township, and nothing crazy, just growing up as a teenager.
Yeah.
Trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
I like skateboarding and stuff like that. I play guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was like 11.
Sure.
Stuff like that. Stuff to kill time. Wasn't, I grew up with just my mom.
Sure.
And my sister, and no brothers. So I didn't really get into like sports and stuff like that. I got into guitar, skateboarding,
sure,
things that were more singular.
Take a drink. Every time I say sure, take a drink.
But otherwise, growing up was just kind of like, we didn't necessarily live near the schools that I went to. So all of my friends would be like, I would go to like sleepovers and stuff like that, but I didn't have a ton of friends that I went to school with that I could just go down the street and hang out with. So I had to spend,
because you went to school at where your mom taught, and then that wasn't in the district. I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah. Like we went, Utica Community Schools is like 20 minutes away from Shelby Township. So I wasn't going to get on my bike and ride
for
yeah. I made friends with the friends in I had like my outside of school friend group and my inside school friend group. And then I don't know, I graduated in 2016. I don't really have a crazy history. Like I could get into like the goofy stuff I did when I was a middle schooler and teenager, but that's all. Everybody's done all that stuff.
Yeah.
Graduated in 2016, and then
holy cow, you're making me feel old.
Yeah, and it's messed up too. I'm sure I'm making you feel old. I am 28 years old, and I'm starting to get tastes of
other kids.
That makes me feel old.
Oh,
that makes me feel really, even working with Colton, I'm only 5 years older than him. We go back and forth with goofy lingo and stuff, but he'll say stuff that I don't even know what he's talking about. It's fun. It's super fun, but trying to stay on the lingo is difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah, don't try.
No,
don't try.
No.
Just I sometimes wish there's a time machine. I'm like, it's nowadays there's like you can watch videos like of course when I say nowadays you probably pretty much always had it, but like you can internet TV, there's like music video channels on the like the Roku or whatever. Vivo 80s music. I'm watching that and I'm just like looking at these videos and I'm just like, oh my gosh, someone invent a time machine because I want to go back.
I know MTV it's not a channel anymore. Like they took down their music video channel.
It's gone.
It's gone. And if you go on YouTube, like I was trying to do it the other day with my 3-year-old. I'm like, dude, you're growing up the way that I grew up. Maybe we'll watch a movie you're not supposed to a little bit early, but you're not getting a phone. And you're not getting this free YouTube rain. There's so much deleterious stuff that just kids are just allowed to have free reign over.
And it's hard because like that's what they want.
Yeah,
and sometimes you want to give them what they want.
Of course they want it. They're basically free range addicts, and you have to tell them what not to be. You know what I mean?
And they have they don't get it. Like why? Why can't I do this? It's
why kills me. I get why so often. I get straight to the face. Why? Like, dude, come on, you're killing me.
When my wife and I first started having kids, she didn't really like telling the kids like because I said so. She's like, I just don't like the connotation, and I'm like, listen, I
pull out because I said so probably way more often
because they don't really need to know why. And the thing is if you explain why to them, then they're gonna like turn into little lawyers and they're gonna they're gonna come
deleted after 30 seconds.
Exactly.
So the other option is because I told you to, or go figure out what it's gonna do. I don't want to go figure out what it's going to do on half the things he's asking me why on, because it's going to end in electrocution. So, you know what I mean? Like, but we were going I was going to show him, I was just going to because MTV got rid of their video channel, I was like, dude, you got to watch old music videos.
So wait, did MTV have a music videos channel like recently? Like
they've had
an MTV
video? Their MTV was like a bunch of different channels when cable was popular and stuff. They had like MTV Rock and MTV 70s and 80s. They got rid of all of those actual channels that showed music videos. So there's no actual music television. It's just like reality TV shows and stuff like that got popular. And that's whatever. It's a business decision. I went to show him. I went on YouTube. I went on the official MTV YouTube channel, found the playlist of all their music videos and put it on. Every single music video is 2 ads at the beginning, 2 ads at the end
of that's a lot. That's too much.
You can't just watch like
straight
5 music videos in a row and then get a commercial break anymore. You know what I mean? It stinks. And like I love him to death. Like every time an ad comes on, he's like, oh, commercial.
Who's that?
My 3-year-old. You know what I mean? Like I've got him trained, but
that's funny because my daughter does this. She's 9. She does the same thing.
Yeah.
Every commercial, she'll like talk back to it. Like, do you have that? Or do you want to do something? Like, no,
a little bit of healthy sarcasm, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, but MTV was, I mean, that's just such a topic of, because when I was a kid, it was a channel that had music videos, and it was the first one, and it's actually the channel that made musicians, bands, and whatever make these videos for every song, every hit song.
Yeah.
And so like before that, they didn't even really make videos. They had no reason to.
Well, and I feel like it forced some artistry and like actual conceptualism out of artists, because you wanted to write a song that had enough substance to make a video, and the video had to have enough substance. Like,
oh yeah, they would make those videos like Hollywood movies. That's
what I'm saying. Like Everlong by Foo Fighters, like one of the greatest music videos ever. I watch that whole music video every single time. It's just kind of interesting seeing that fade.
I know,
and that's not as what is as important now.
Oh, and then
you're talking about wanting the time machine.
Yeah,
I want the time machine. I want that stuff to be important again. I want to bring it all back.
I know it.
Faltered a little bit.
I mean, I remember as a kid going to, like, because we didn't have cable at home, like we didn't have that kind of money, right? But if we were going to like a hotel or something, or grandpa and grandma's because they had cable, but like if we got the no one else was watching and we could watch what we wanted, it was always MTV. That was the only channel,
right?
Like we were interested in,
right?
And
because you get a video, you get a glimpse of stuff that because you didn't have all this unbridled access to the internet, you couldn't see things that you weren't allowed to see so freely. You had to see it on TV. It was controlled by your parents. Or, like it's a lot different of an environment.
We got a million different channels, and I'm not saying like channels on TV.
It could be anything.
Just a channel.
Any form of media is a channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Any page you click on, you're on this stream of
whatever you want.
Yeah,
but it is also awesome.
It's cool. No, it's amazing. I mean, the ability, if only people had more common sense, or I don't know,
restraint.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of restraint, because it is powerful and you can prove or disprove anything in the palm of your hand. Maybe a little bit less with AI now.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit more questionable now. Before, you used to be able to, I can't remember who said it. I saw a video and it was a politician talking about the way AI is changing court. Before, you used to be able to use a picture as irrefutable evidence of something, and now ever since the second AI becomes a thing, out the window.
I was
everything is under question.
I was thinking about AI a lot when we were in Las Vegas, because I like to play blackjack, and I'm going, dude, like we got these like glasses. Or you can hide a camera anywhere.
Yeah, the meta glasses.
And can you imagine if you had like a meta glasses and AI, and you were at a blackjack table? You could literally just look around the table and the thing would count cards. Like
that's
Vegas is going to change.
I'm wondering how they're going to combat that, because they're
going to have to.
You go into the Westgate, and the Westgate has one camera for every single person on the casino floor. So they got to have some kind of maybe anti-meta glasses rule, but I don't know. They have really, really subversive ways of finding out if you cheat or not.
Oh,
like the one that I saw.
They're definitely one step ahead of you.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It was like UV ink on the lady's fingers, and another guy at the table had glasses that could see the UV ink in any cards that she touched. That was how they were counting cards.
Really?
Yeah. They were marking the cards with her thumbprint. So like if they can figure that out, I'm sure they could figure out, hey, this guy's wearing glasses that are connected.
Oh, for sure they would be able to. But what if you like embed and I don't know. I don't know. You could take like a button in your shirt or something.
The small ones are scary. The small ones freak me out just out and about. Just like going into any bar bathroom or whatever. Like, is that screw a camera?
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
I know.
We're in a really weird technological world.
I know.
Everything is becoming
less weirder every day.
Less sure. Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever seen the show Black Mirror?
No.
You should watch Black Mirror.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix. But don't watch, like, start on season 3.
Oh, dude, I can't start on season 3.
No, it's not. It's not. It's like Twilight Zone. It's an anthology. So each episode is a different story.
Oh, okay.
So you can season 3 is what I started on. I didn't even know I was on season 3.
Oh, I got you.
But it's the Black Mirror is your phone, right?
Oh,
It's a Black Mirror, spooky.
It is a Black Mirror,
right?
Sure.
But it's just like a dark reflection of yourself in technology. Okay, that's the basis of the show. Each episode is like they'll have one on. I'm trying to think of an example. One of them is a guy that goes to test a video game, and the video game company uses artificial intelligence to like read your thoughts and brain patterns,
analyze your
and find out what your worst fear might be.
Oh,
and then you play that worst fear out in the game. Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And that's just like a dumb little fun example of something that like might go wrong with AI. But the whole show, each episode, you're like, maybe we should put restraints on certain things, because watching the Boston Dynamics dogs hunt people down is kind of, even though it's a TV show, it's like, well, they made a TV show about it. So on some level,
do you ever worry about like your kids, you know, like the world they're going to grow up in?
All the time.
I do too.
All the time. I've had one of my, do you have recurring nightmares?
I used to, well, yeah, not a lot, but every now and then. I don't know about nightmares, but dreams at least.
Not a lot. Every now and then. It sucks because it's normally the only ones that I like really remember vividly.
Yeah.
But it'll be ones about like nuclear war or something, where it's like there's nothing you can avoid about it. It's one of those things where it's like a dream where you have in your brain, your subconscious, for whatever reason, has decided you're going to be in a situation that you can't get out of. We're going to play this out while you're sleeping. And then you're going to wake up and have to deal with it, you know? But yeah, like that stuff stinks. I hate thinking about that stuff, especially with a kid.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have nightmares like that. I mean,
it's not fucking every night, but
of course.
Stuff like that. It's maybe not realistic, probably not realistic.
Yeah.
But you know, you read enough news articles and stuff, and then you're like, shit, maybe I should be, maybe I'm not being totally unrealistic. I just need to get it out of my head. You know, I need to like focus on playing with the kid and not like what might happen to the kid, you know.
That's your only kid? You got a 3-year-old?
Yeah. We're trying to have another though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want more. He's got to have a buddy.
Yeah.
Boy, girl, he's got to have a buddy.
Yeah. And if you get a pretty good age group, I think that they kind of get along. I mean, age separation, because if you're at 3 or 4 years, they probably won't.
It's going to be a little bit more mature. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping, because I was 2 years older than my sister, and I was
they're too close in age. They just
we were at each other's throats,
for
man.
Sure.
And I love her to death. She's my best friend, but it's when we were growing up, it was so difficult.
Yeah,
I want him to not. For mine and my wife's sanity, I want him to have a good relationship with his sibling. But
my brother was 2 years older than me, and same thing. We get along great now. I mean, but yeah, growing up, we were always fighting. Always fighting. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird how that changes once you get older. You know, how those relationships just start to kind of blossom a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and I think it also comes with like, you do get to a certain age as a teenager where you're like, I want to be an adult. Like, I can't wait to be an adult. I want responsibility. I want maturity. I want half of it's rooted in like, fuck my parents. I want to get out of this house. Yep. I don't want anybody to tell me what to do. And I think the other half is like actual maturity. Mm-hmm. I actually want to do something. I actually want to be independent. And then you get like 10 years after that, and you're like, fuck, I should have just not wished to be an adult as hard as I did.
But you're, I mean, if you're anything like me, you're probably still doing it. Like sometimes 100%. You're like, I can't wait until, this.
Oh, 100%.
I can't wait until that. Your kids are growing up or whatever. And I can't wait till they're out of diapers, or something. I can't wait till they're, and obviously you're always trying to, carpe diem, seize the day, whatever.
Right.
But sometimes you're thinking about that. You're thinking about like, things are going to be a little bit easier, a little bit more fun when,
hopefully soon. Yeah.
And then if you're anything like me, also like you go back and you look back at certain times and you're like, oh, that was so great. Like years ago when I did this, or when I, whatever.
Yeah. My thing, on looking back, I only got my first real like on the table job when I was 18. I worked at farms before then just for cash.
Yeah.
Picking tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
And freaking,
I mean, picking tomatoes is like 1 month a year, right?
No, well, like picking tomatoes. Yeah. That was like the hard labor part. We would do farmers markets and stuff like that.
Sure.
There was a lot of picking tomatoes is like me making less of it. But I've only been working like on the table. I started working at a liquor store. I've only been working for 10 years. Right. And I've got a house, got a wife and a kid. I can afford all of my bills when the work is there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that bad. You look back and you're like, damn it, what was I doing? And then you're like, oh, I'm not, kind of got it figured out. I'm not doing too bad. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants to be more comfortable for sure. But you do got to kind of give yourself a break sometimes.
For sure.
A little bit of one, not too much of one.
How, tell me about your wife. How long you been married? All that stuff.
We've been together 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I met her when I was 17 and she was 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then we moved in together probably 2 years after that. She moved in I lived with my mom. She moved in with me. And then we both moved out to her grandmother's house, which much closer to Danny's shop.
Okay.
Her grandmother lives like 10 minutes north of Danny.
Oh.
And her grandmother's got a nice big house, 20 acres. So we saved up our money while we were living there and then bought a house in Chesterfield. How did you
guys meet? In school?
Yeah. We went to it was a grad party. I talked about playing guitar. I was in like a little goofy kind of a band, but mostly we just got together and smoked weed and played guitar. But she was going to be our singer. And it was at a grad party for my buddy who was like the pseudo leader. He was the house that we would practice at. And she came over to like audition, and we never auditioned. We just smoked weed,
just kind of jammed.
Yeah. Oh, and then me and her hit it off, and that was it. I think he was a little bit mad because we got distracted by trying to make out and stuff like that instead of practicing. But yeah, that was pretty much it. We hit it off, and 10 years later.
What's your wife's name?
Skylar.
Yeah.
She's
Hello,
cool.
Skylar. I'm sure she's going to listen to this podcast. I mean,
I would hope so.
On it.
Please listen to it. Listen to it. I love you.
My wife doesn't listen to any of my. I don't think.
No.
I'm
gonna go home and listen.
I think what's that?
It's gonna be the first time like seeing myself on camera in length, and I'm probably gonna hate it. But
oh yeah. Well, everyone always thinks like they're.
I'm looking up at that thing.
Yeah. Everybody kind of thinks that they sound weird, including myself, and I don't know. But it's the way you sound, right? Like,
yeah.
You just don't think you do,
right?
Everyone else does.
I blame it on the microphone. You got to meet me in person. I sound different.
Is your wife a good singer?
I think so.
Oh,
she doesn't like to sing in front of anybody ever, but she's a great singer. Yeah, very pretty voice, very light, angelic voice.
Are you pretty good at guitar?
Yeah, I'd like to say so.
Yeah,
guitar. Yeah, my main thing lately
is awesome talent to have. I wish I would have gotten into that.
Guitar's fun. It can be difficult if you really have to give yourself a break. Like anything like that artistic, when you're learning, you got to give yourself a break because you're going to force yourself to try to be something that you might not be at that time. And that's like the difficulty. I don't know. Everybody wants to be a rock star. Everybody wants to be famous. Nobody wants to put the work in.
I just think it's that was it for me. So I bought an acoustic guitar, and
I'm not
years and years ago.
Crazy good or anything.
Yeah. I bought an acoustic guitar because I really wanted to play. And, I gave it about 10 good college tries, but I didn't stick with it, right?
Yeah.
So I'd play like crazy for like a couple days, and then I wouldn't play for a while. It's not the way it works.
Right. No, yeah, I got lucky. Like I was saying, I didn't have a lot of friends in the neighborhood to hang out with, so I'd end up spending a lot of time at home, bored, might as well play guitar. And then at that point, you're literally alone in a room with the internet and the ability to look up whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's
for sure.
That's pretty much what I did for like every day after school. I'd go home, play video games, play guitar. Like that was my thing.
I know Danny is getting into drums quite a bit. You guys ever get together?
I got him into those drums.
You did?
Yeah.
All right, good for you.
I've been playing drums for a little bit. Danny has been getting he's the first person, like where you were talking about picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down. He's the first person I've been able to actually like get into something musical where he's got more drum sets than I do.
Sets?
He's got one full-size drum set, like fully built. I have like half of a crappy drum set, like a live kit. And then he's got the same electronic drum set that I have, like fully kitted out. And he posts videos and stuff. He makes me jealous. I just jam. Yeah. I just have fun in my room.
You know, electric drums are kind of at least for me, from what I realize, it's kind of a newer thing. I haven't really seen that except, in the last 5 or 6 years, it seems like.
Yeah, it's more, I think multiple things made it popular. I think a lot of like live DJ shows where you have like, you can't have an 808 on a live drum kit. It has to be an electronic kit or a button that you press on you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Pew, pew, pew,
Sure.
That, and then people wanting to play the drums and having the need to play the drums or whatever, but not having the ability to play a live kit. Like a live kit in this room, even with all the soundproofing, would be so loud.
Oh yeah.
So that thing is the loudest you get is like, if I'm stomping on the kick pedal, it might sound like that.
Yeah.
But
that's kind of, it's nice. It looks weird if you see someone playing, if you see somebody playing like in church or something like that, it just looks weird. It does. It really does.
It does. And then it's kind of like you have to have the proper balance of like speakers and stuff, or else all you're hearing behind every hit is the fake drum pad, the little taps of the fake drum pad.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like
it's a little like it takes you out of it. A little bit. But it's fun. It's therapeutic. Like it's definitely good to get extra energy out, but it's also cool to have, I don't know, you figure out a song or a pattern. It's really, really satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting back into, I guess, like more spray foam stuff. Well, what'd you do today? What are you working on right now?
We did, so we're at a bigger house in Romeo.
Oh, yeah. They got some monsters up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of intimidating
driving for anybody's listening, and that's where Kid Rock is famously from.
Kid Rock's and parents,
my in-laws, my mother-in-law grew up there.
Yeah, that's actually like 4 or 5 miles from that farm that I used to pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Gas Centennial Farms at 32 and Romeo Plank.
Yeah,
but we were doing so the customer had mold that started to grow on their roof deck. And
let's talk about mold. Anyway, go ahead and tell that, and then let's talk about mold.
Yeah, well, the mold had started growing because of lack of ventilation.
Yeah.
And so we had to go in, suck out all the insulation. We had both of our vacuums. We have like a smaller vacuum with I want to say it's a 6-inch diameter hose, and then we have a big vacuum, AccuVac. And that thing's got like a 10-inch diameter. That thing's a monster. You got to ratchet strap it to one of the trusses, because if you put a bat down, it fucking.
Oh, right.
But we sucked out that house, air sealed it, and then today we remediated it. Not a lot of mold, and then the chemical that we use is it. You really don't have to go crazy with it. You're not like flooding the attic or anything like that. Couple of coats with it, some scrubbing if it's.
I think that's a great add-on that you guys do to insulation is the mold.
Yeah, and it's peace of mind. I mean, like, well, one, you can make money on it.
Yeah,
it should be gotten rid of. You shouldn't have mold in your house. If you're spraying foam, you shouldn't spray foam on mold. It holds moisture, and it's a layer. It could delaminate theoretically.
Yep.
If it isn't somehow perfectly embedded to the substrate.
One thing that's in between the foam and the wood. Or whatever.
Yeah, and then I guess just for the general appearance, it's kind of cool as a company being able to roll in as experts in this, but also experts in this. You roll in, we're going to do a removal and a reinstallation, but we noticed that you have a lot of mold here. That was probably caused by the fact that your soffit vents got blocked off. You got edge vents installed, smart vents installed, but you never got baffles run from those smart vents. So they're only taking that air that filters in at whatever speed it's filtering in at. It's not being directed up along that roof line at all. It's not going out that ridge vent at all.
I mean,
all the mold is at the very top by the ridge vent because there's no air movement up there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to see.
Well, and you can go in and you can be like, listen, you're kind of knocking out 2 birds, right? Like you're I'm giving you better insulation, but also I'm fixing, and ventilation.
Especially if you tell them about it and they go and get quotes from another company for just the mold remediation.
Yeah.
Because sometimes companies kind of go nuclear with mold.
Oh yeah, you can
and
well, it's a scare
tactic. As much money as they possibly
you can make a lot of money just by scaring people.
100%.
Like you can go in and be like, listen, you got mold, and some of them probably freak out a little bit. Like, listen, it's not that big of a deal. It's actually kind of common, but we can take care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I shouldn't say it's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal.
Well, but if you have the tools to mitigate
it, fixable.
It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. You can't be. We can't be around this chemical while we're working with it. That's an easy one to tell them. You got to go to the neighbor's house, to family member's house, get a hotel room or whatever. You set up negative air so that there's no contamination beyond where you want it, and then you clean everything up. It's super easy. It's very simple.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of risk in it. It's just whether or not people want to go down that route, whether they care.
Yeah.
If they don't care about a couple spots of mold, that's not our prerogative.
Right. So if there's anybody out there who's maybe thinking about
definitely
getting into
get rid
that,
of it if you see it. Don't just let it.
Well, and I'm speaking to like the spray foamers, like, hey, some of them out there that are maybe looking to kind of get into more than just spray and foam or just insulation. Maybe if Danny, Robbie, whatever, reach out.
100%,
of course, as long as you're not within their competition area, right?
Yeah.
But I know that Danny would absolutely help someone.
For sure.
And you would too.
For sure.
Either way.
Sure. And it's something that might seem intimidating up until you realize it's almost like asbestos, but it is not as involved or as dangerous or as much liability.
Mm-hmm.
You look at a mold job and it's just all we're going to do is prep everything off and then start working.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. And then just clean up afterwards.
Well, there's plenty of jobs out there too, and like I said, some people are willing to pay some money and have peace of mind that is not in their house.
Right.
So,
well, and I'm not, dude, I don't know if you've got infants in the house, if you got elderly in the house, I would not want anything extra that doesn't need to be there. You know what I mean? It is definitely something that has to be taken care of.
What do you say of, okay, so speaking of that, like it has to be taken care of. I would think that a lot of people probably, let's say there's mold in their attic and they're kind of like, all right, but it's in the attic. Like I'm not necessarily breathing it or like, how's that sales sort of thing go?
Well, it really comes down to it can cause health problems. It is some form of pathogen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily want it in your house. It might not be, you're not sticking your head up in the attic and breathing it every day, but it is accumulated to that point. It's only going to eat the wood. It's only going to...
Does it really eat wood? I didn't know that.
It's mold. That's the food.
Sure.
Water and organic material. So that's why mold That's why mold won't grow on inorganic material. It won't grow on metal. It won't grow on plastic. It'll grow on the dust and the moisture that's on the metal and plastic, but it's not feeding off of any of those things.
Right.
It'll eat wood, fungus, mold.
So obviously it's like, if the moisture alone isn't enough.
No, but if you have moisture and you have no ventilation, that's where if you don't have any way for that moisture.
Well, like you said, metal. I'm just saying it needs to moisture and something else,
has
like something else that's biodegradable or something
right. And there's a thin layer of something else on everything, unless you're in like a sterile lab.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And same thing where like when you're trying to sell it to customers, if you're doing mold testing and stuff like that inside the house in the living space where you don't necessarily have as much fresh air exchange as you might outdoors. I mean, if you're outdoors, you're outdoors. That's ultimately, that's where it becomes a risk because you're in that environment, trapped with it.
In some sort of a chamber or whatever.
If you take the little mold strips, the micro slides, whatever they're called, it's like an adhesive on a microscope slide, and when you do the mold test, you stick that to the surface that you're testing.
Okay.
Send it off to a lab, and they look at it and see what kind of mold spores it picked up, if any. If you do that test in an attic with mold, you're going to have a certain parts per million that you have to be within range of.
Mm-hmm.
If you go outside and you do that test, you're going to be outside of that range of parts per million because there's mold spores everywhere outside. There's mold spores in the air. There's mold spores on the ground, everywhere. So you're breathing mold. You're breathing mold spores. It's part of the air. It's just like dust. When you're in your house, it's going to be elevated because you're in that contained space. You don't necessarily want to be huffing it, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of the sales pitch. That's also not like, I'm not the salesman, so that's probably not what I would say to a customer, but that's the idea behind it is you know that it's there, you know that you're breathing it, and you know that you're in a confined space. You don't have like a whole house fan that's constantly putting positive pressure on your attic space so that no mold spores can come into that living space.
Sure. Yeah.
So at some point you're breathing mold spores.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of them.
There's a lot of stuff in the air.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of stuff.
I mean, we're in Detroit. Detroit has, if you go on the weather app, Detroit has its own air quality rating.
Oh yeah.
You click on it. Sometimes we're orange, sometimes we're blue and happy.
Well,
sometimes...
you see that more in the summer for sure. In the winter, I think a lot of airs in the winter here, at least in the northern climate. I think, and I'm like, I could be completely wrong, but I think it's pretty clean.
Yeah, I
think
say.
For the most part.
Also, I feel like our industry cools
but
down
in the summer. No,
especially by Zug Island, the freaking steel mill.
Oh, there's a steel mill that's dumping out a bunch of crap.
Oh yeah, Zug Island's cool, but yeah, it's like if you look at it from Google Maps, it's this man-made island off the River Rouge, and it's completely black.
Really?
It's just because it's a steel
mill.
How
do they get away with that still?
Dude, it's crazy. All right, so they have 4. If I'm remembering correctly, they got 4 refineries on there. Only one of them is running. They shut down the other 3.
This is steel for the auto industry, or what is it?
Steel. For the auto industry. Probably, yeah. I would imagine.
But yeah. Auto industry probably mostly.
And they have a Coke battery where all the Coke produced from the steel production has to be cooled.
Wait, all the Coca-Cola?
Coke.
What are we? Coke.
It's a byproduct. It's like a rocky substance.
Okay.
I also might be getting this completely wrong. I'm just going off the Wikipedia page. I went on a Zug Island.
We don't have any fact checkers, so don't worry about it.
Oh no, I want to be correct. I want to be correct. But basically, the Coke that's produced has to be cooled down before anything can be done to it, before it can be moved or shipped. And they use the water from the Detroit River to cool it down.
Oh,
that's why Zug Island was built there.
Okay.
To use the river as part of the.
But that's just cooling water. That's not necessarily
a large amount of water, and they dump it on the Coke. Oh shit.
Oh, you're fine.
They dump it on the Coke to cool it. Every time they do that, this gigantic plume of steam gets released up into the air.
Okay.
And everything else that is released with that steam goes with it.
Okay.
And they get fined by the EPA $10,000 every time they do that. And they do that every 30.
They just pay the fine.
30 to 90 seconds. Every 30 to 90 seconds. So they rack up like over $11 million in fees from the EPA a year, just running that steel mill, just a cost of doing business.
Holy cow.
It's crazy. And then that whole neighborhood next to it, Delray, used to be all people that worked at all those different steel mills. Total ghost town now. Like you can drive through it and it's like streets of empty lots. And then there'll be one house because this person didn't move out.
And it's like in Detroit you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen those. Like, yeah, like
but
Google
it's
Maps.
Super interesting when you drive by it. It's kind of like this weird, dark Detroit history.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of like I don't know. That's probably one of the contributing factors to our air quality is that.
I think it's a lot better than it used to be, though. Have you ever seen? I definitely is, and it's good. Have you ever seen like an old black and white aerial like picture of like a big city back like in like 1940 or something?
Cloud of carbon monoxide.
No, not that. Not that necessarily. I remember in Grand Rapids smog. We don't see smog anymore. Like smog is. I've never seen a yellow cloud over a city. I haven't seen one in probably 15 years now.
Right,
which is pretty wild. But no, the old black and white, like you would see, because all those homes are heating with the wood stoves, right? And so like if it was wintertime and it was an aerial of like, let's say a big city, you'd see the smokestacks of the industries, whatever the plants or whatever you call them, the buildings that make stuff. But then there would also be every single house. You'd see all these, like if it was a calm day, you'd see all these smokes coming out of the chimneys of all these houses.
Every
You're talking
single
like
house,
100 houses or more,
all
like just in one picture.
Smoke is particulate, and all that particulate is spreading and settling. And,
yeah,
and that's just the way that we used to do it.
I mean, they pollute the live, and a lot. They polluted the rivers like crazy.
Oh yeah, that's part of. I mean, Michigan went through a crazy effort to bring back the Great Lakes back in the 80s and stuff, because we were polluting the hell out of them.
Dude, the Great Lakes are way better than they used to be, even since I was a kid.
100%.
I mean, I went out there. I went out to Lake Michigan. I was bidding a house about 5-6 years ago, and this was way up on a bluff. It was on the lake, but it was way up on a bluff, so you could see for miles. And the lake is just so clear. And I've been riding jet skis around the the lakes a little bit too, and I'm just like, man. I mean, I'm 44, and I'm thinking I do not remember the lakes being this clean.
Clear. Yeah.
And one thing I said to the guy, the owner of the house, I said, "What's the deal? Is it the EPA regulations and everything?" And he said, "Well, that might be part of it." He says, but also the mussels, I guess the zebra mussels, they really filter out. Which is an invasive species that we don't need.
Right, but they clean the water because they
do clean the water. So it is kind of, there's one thing nice about
they coat the whole bottom of Lake Michigan. The entire bottom of Lake Michigan apparently is zebra mussels.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it's a big problem.
That's actually,
if you own a boat, that's a huge problem.
Oh, 100%.
They like attach themselves like with this.
Well, and they starve everything else out of food.
Yeah.
But because they filter the water, they clean the water, they clean it to the point where there's no food for the smaller things in the water.
Right.
But I was reading this book, super cool. I think it's called The Life and the Death of the Great Lakes.
Oh.
And it was about the effort that we put in to bring the Great Lakes back from all the chemical pollution, and then subsequently in focusing on the chemical pollution, how we didn't necessarily consider all the boats that come up the St. Lawrence Seaway from the ocean into the Great Lakes with bilge water from the ocean, and then they dump their salty bilge water in the Great Lakes with whatever they've brought from the ocean into the Great Lakes. Any organism, whatever, gets dumped into our Great Lakes.
That's how they all got here.
And then that's how that stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. That's all they all got here. I mean, I remember, back in the 80s and 90s going through school, that's pretty much what they taught us. But
it's crazy.
It's
super interesting.
But hey, if you're not from around the Great Lakes area, summer's coming. Michigan is a wonderful place in the summertime.
Oh yeah, definitely come to Michigan.
Try to get out here, and hey, if you do, hit me up and we'll do a podcast. So so let's finish this up. We're running out of time. I'm gonna give you a couple fast questions and see what we can get. Have you ever won anything at a spray foam event, and what?
Yeah, I won the first time I went in
First
Daytona.
time?
Yeah, I won a vacation to Wyoming. I took Sky.
You went and took your wife.
We went to Wyoming. It was the Crooked Creek Resort at like 3,900 feet up on a mountain.
I think I remember seeing that. You guys posted about that.
I did. I posted a bunch of pictures.
Okay. Yeah,
it was freaking awesome. Victory, not Victory, Natural Polymers.
Oh yeah.
Shout
out to Natural Polymers for that. Good job. What was your first car?
1999 Taurus.
Oh yeah, the Taurus.
Yeah,
right.
I had no coolant in it the entire time I drove it. I mean, that thing was bone dry.
Was it leaking, or you just?
Dude, I don't know, but it never blew up. I drove it through a polar vortex. Remember, I think it was like 2019 or maybe 2018. We got like a polar vortex. It was like -30 the whole winter. I had no heat, no coolant, and no windshield wiper.
All because you just didn't put some antifreeze in it.
Dude, I didn't know. I was so dumb. I was so naive. My life has been correcting naivety. That's all it has been, day to day. Like, oh wow, I was really dumb about that. I guess I won't be.
Yeah, all you need to put a little coolant in there. You'd have been spent the winter a little bit warmer.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. That's crazy.
Bulletproof engine block.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, either John Carpenter's The Thing or there's too many good ones, man.
Because you definitely have different movie tastes than me, because I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's like 80s. It's got Kurt Russell. It's like 80s.
Oh,
gore,
I should know
sci-fi gore. Or maybe like Django Unchained, something Quentin Tarantino. I like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, he's a little out there, but pretty good stuff. Have you ever had a major medical or non-medical emergency on the job?
No.
Oh, well, good for you.
Nope. Everything good. Everything good. Well, are you on the job at foam?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Okay. What about not foam?
So me and Skylar were dishwashing. We were both dishwashers.
Yeah, I've done some dishwashing in my day.
You got to do it. I forgot that was one of the jobs I had for a brief period of time. But so we would just swap off. One day she would wash and I would run dishes, and one day she would run dishes and I would wash. And it was kind of cool getting to work with her.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a horrible injury. She was running a stack of plates. She's a short girl. She had a tall stack of plates. She couldn't see.
A short girl and a tall stack of plates.
And she was walking down the cook line, and the cook had just poured like a 5-gallon bucket of au jus off of the cooktop, so like 350 400 degrees, and she tripped over it and she tripped and she burnt like everything from the top of her thighs down to her ankles all the way around. And like she tripped, I turned around because I heard plates falling and just saw like a wall of steam. It was crazy, absolutely insane. And then she got workman's comp. Everything was covered, but she spent like 2.5 months in the hospital.
Whoa.
Worst workplace injury I've ever seen. When she turned around, when she got up, I had turned around and seen that she had got hit by something hot, and then it was on her legs. I was like, get your pants off right now.
Right.
She pulled her pants down, and like the first top layer of skin came off on the inside.
Just
layer.
right there.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Just like the very top layer was absolutely terrifying. Yeah.
Wild.
She's a tough girl though. She did it.
Gonna have to be.
That was the car I was driving, that Taurus to Detroit Receiving Hospital with no heat through the polar vortex every single
probably
night.
didn't want heat,
dude.
If it's anything like a sunburn.
No, I mean she was already in that. That was me getting to the hospital just to visit her.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
sure.
I don't even care that I don't have heat.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure she's okay.
It's adrenaline. All right, man. Well, we got to wrap this up. Hey, man, thanks for coming out. This was it was awesome to be able to count on you guys. I knew I could. So
yeah,
it's awesome.
I love it. I love Michigan people. I love doing the phone thing.
This was fun. It was good to get to know you because, I mean, like I said, we ran into each other a lot of times, but we didn't really get to know each other too well. So
yeah, no one-on-one conversations. It's nice.
I really appreciate it, man. All right, well, we'll wrap this up then. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Have a good one. Talk to you later.